Hi everybody, welcome to this month's tips and tools for our awesome communicators. Listen in, I sure hope you enjoy this month's training piece.
So here's the question. What do I do with my first 2 minutes to make them as effective as possible? See, because I have a lot of options and I got a lot of things that I can work with. And it's going to depend really on who my audience is and on what I'm talking about. But one thing that I know for sure is that a lot of us communicators spend quite a bit of time planning and prepping. What's my bottom line going to be? How am I going to land the plane? What am I going to do to make them laugh in the middle? And yet if we're not intentional with the first 2 minutes of what we're having to say, I want to say I think that we're missing out on a big opportunity. Because what we're being given is something to steward. And as communicators, and especially communicators who are delivering the Word of God, the greatest story in the history of the world, we want to maximize every opportunity that God gives us to speak to His hearts of His people. And so what we have then is a chance to leverage a moment. And this moment I want to call the hook. See, even in this brief opportunity that I get to share with you now, I had a chance to hook and to leverage what we were going to talk about. And it was either go there and get into, with intentionality, what we need to talk about and what we need to say today, or just kind of get started and roll my way into something and do it. However you orchestrate your hook, the point is that it's orchestrated. Are we taking the first 2 minutes and actually being intentional with our time? Or are we kind of nonchalantly entering our way into the talk? And I want to say that I think that doing the latter is costly. I think if we're not intentional with leveraging that moment, it might cost us the attention of the people that we actually want to deliver to. Why? Because friends, in the world that we live in today, we don't have the opportunity to be nonchalant about the things that we do. We're being judged in a moment. And when it comes to teenagers and children, young people who are interacting with technology and smartphones and Snapchat and immediate response and immediate reaction to the things that they're hearing and seeing and feeling and encountering, we don't have time to waste. And so let's use it as best we can. Let's be intentional with what God is giving us. Now, am I saying that you should never introduce yourself? Not necessarily. Am I saying that you shouldn't set up the series? No, it isn't that. The question is, are we being intentional with the time that we're given? I know that as of 2011, the average attention span of a teenager was 17 minutes. That was 6 years ago. Our world is continuing to get faster and faster and faster, which means we're continuing to lose more and more and more of their attention. Well, guess when you have their attention? In the first few moments of being able to actually say something to them. So yeah, is the body of what we have to say unbelievably important? Sure. Is the bottom line critical? Yeah, often the bottom line is what they walk away remembering. But the hook draws them in. And the more intentional we can be with the hook, and the more thoughtful we can be about how the first thing we say connects to the last thing that we will say, the more I think that God is going to leverage that opportunity to pierce the hearts that He's put us in a position to touch. So I'm honored and thankful to get to share this with you all. I am one of the many communicators here at Grace. I love learning from you. I love being challenged and encouraged by you. And my encouragement for you in this moment would simply be this. Would you take the first few minutes of the next opportunity you get to communicate, and would you be intentional about what you sense the Lord is wanting you to say, and how you can take 2 minutes to set up what you need to say for the rest of your talk. So focus on the hook. I love you guys. I'm excited to see what God does through Grace Bible Church and really through family ministry here as we continue to lean into who He's made us to be as communicators, and as we seek to be the best tool that we can be as He's equipped us to deliver His word to His people. So thanks, friends. Now this is more about the hook than the closing, so I'm just going to close with